Okay, so I felt called to pull a question that I have from my unicorn question thingy. And the question that came out for the collective is, what should I be proud of myself for right now? So I pulled a spread here for you guys, and there was a few different messages that came through. The first one being about your stability that you've been working on every day. Spirit is highlighting the fact that you have been working little by little every day, taking actionable steps to create stability for yourself in your inner world, but also in your outer world, and how that is going to be paying off soon. Okay, there's also a message here that's being highlighted about you facing fears in regards to taking risks and being courageous and stepping into the unknown. Like Spirit is like reaffirming, like, you have been taking risks and you have been really brave in, like, you know, starting new quests or whatever. My words are getting like really jumbled too, so like you could be having a really hard time expressing yourself lately, or like feeling comfortable in expressing. Like that's been coming through for the last couple days. And I don't believe it's Mercury retrograde, so I feel like that has to do with something maybe that you're working through right now with your throat chakra and like self-expression. But anyway, so the other messages that you got here about you needing to be proud of yourself for is your connection to Spirit. I feel like you are really at this time relying on Spirit and asking, like, you're doing all the right steps in trusting in Spirit and like looking to, you know, God's source and your angels to help you out and give you the guidance, clarity, and encouragement that you're needing. It's like what I'm sensing from the energy is that like Spirit is saying like you're doing a really good job of like surrendering and also like connecting to source on everything and anything. Like you seem heavily focused on rebuilding that connection with you and God. And also Spirit is highlighting how you've been very persistent and stubborn in the right areas. Like you've been working really hard at not only like building your abundance, but you're like working really hard at like facing, you know, your inner demons and your fears and things that like it's like you're taking accountability for your side of the street, in the sense of like you're seeing like where it is that you are blocking yourself, and you're taking action every day, little by little, to, you know, be the solution to the problem, if that makes sense. Like you're seeing where you are the one like holding yourself back, because there's like a balance between like sometimes Spirit is the one that's like pausing things or like not allowing things to move forward, and like sometimes it is like, you know, once we do our part, it's like up to God, you know, to do the rest. And it's like you're doing your part is what Spirit is saying, and like you're allowing this co-creative energy between you and God to exist, where God can help you because you're doing your part of the creating, and then it's allowing this flow to, you know, you're helping. It's like you're helping God out to help you, if that makes sense. Because like, you know, God can only show you and help you so much, but if you're not doing the work or you're not taking action, it's like the lessons will keep on repeating, or like you'll stay in a stagnant energy because there's no movement on your end, right? But you're not doing that. You're moving, you're taking the actions that need to be taken. And Spirit is highlighting like this is something that you should be proud of for yourself for, because it's not easy to do that. There is also a message here about something you should be proud of yourself for, is like how you're connecting to your heart center, and how you're doing a lot of like purging and releasing work. And I feel like Also, there was a message coming through about your third eye chakra. So I feel like you're tapping into like spirit. Hold on one second. There's also a message coming through about your sacral chakra, like your passion, something that has to do with creativity, something that has to do with like a creative endeavor or something like that, mixed with like your third eye chakra. So I feel like this is talking about you are doing a good job of like envisioning your, like what you want this creative project to look like, or what you're trying to build. It's like you're doing a good job of tapping into like the visionary within you, or like if this isn't like about visionary, it's like you're tapping into your intuitive abilities to know what next steps you need to take or something like that. Like, I don't know if that makes sense to you, but. And then the next message here about something that you need to be proud of yourself for is you are doing a good job of believing in yourself and forgiving yourself, as well as learning new skills. I feel like the learning new skills message is talking about you're learning new skills in what believing in yourself and forgiving yourself looks like. And so this is helping you in interpersonal relationships, but also your relationship with self, which that message was coming through yesterday in yesterday's reading that I posted on TikTok. And yeah, this is helping you with your abundance. So it's like sometimes we think like we're doing a lot of work like on learning spiritual lessons within relationships and interpersonal things and like relationship to self, and like we don't really connect it to anything else in our lives besides like relationships and family or whatever. But Spirit is saying like this is in direct relation or connection to your wealth and your abundance, like you needing to go through these lessons, and this is byproduct going to help you in your abundance, because like Spirit is saying that like your abundance comes from within. And by you being able to tap into your heart center deeper, and by you being able to trust yourself, believe in yourself, love yourself, forgive yourself, all of those, all of those things like you're working on within yourself is allowing you to hold space or have a bigger capacity for more abundance, if that makes sense. I don't know. To get how it resonates, there's a lot of like different messages that were coming through here for this collective, but yeah, basically Spirit just wants you to know that you're doing a good job. You have a lot of different elements at play here, a lot of different things that are going on, a lot of different things that you're juggling, but you are doing a phenomenal job at prioritizing what needs to be prioritized, and namely that being yourself and your connection with Spirit, and also you just focusing on what you can do each and every day, little by little, because that's really like all you can do. But little by little, working on the things that you need to work on every day, even if it's small, adds up. Sometimes we think like we have to do like something huge in order to get somewhere. Like we have to take big steps, and like, you know, it's like in order to get where we want to be, but it's actually in the little things that we do every single day that add up, and like that is what's going to be sustainable, especially to your energy. And so like there's also this message here that's just coming through right now about Spirit's been helping you to work on what it is that you need to work on in a sustainable way. Because I feel like in the past, this collective it's like you'll do like you'll have like bursts of energy, and then you'll like use all of that energy all at one time, and you'll get like a big thing done, or you'll like work on a project and you'll like literally you're the kind of person where you'll like start a whole business when you have like all of this energy, and then you'll burn yourself out, and then you won't work on your business every single day because you'll only work on it when you have that big amount of energy. So you do it in like big huge spurts, but then it's like inconsistent and it's not sustainable. So spirit has been helping you to learn how to work on things in a sustainable way for your energy, so that you're not, it's not that you're inconsistent, it's like you're consistent, but in the past you were consistently only working when you had a lot of energy. And the only reason why you would be in like hibernation mode for so long after you spent all your energy is because you were so drained and burnt out. The way you were working before was not sustainable. So you had to have like this tower moment and this crumbling of old ways of being and doing things, so that spirit could help you to have a, like I said, a more sustainable approach to what it is that you're trying to build and create, like instability and stuff like that. There was like a analogy that was coming through about buying groceries weekly as opposed to buying them once a month in like big bulk or whatever. And I don't know, it's like that's what I imagined when I was telling this story. So it's like if you go, it's like if you know that when you go to the store you have to buy for the whole month, it's like you have to, you're gonna spend all day at the store or different stores or whatever, and you're gonna have to like spend a lot of time just going grocery shopping. And that one day that it's like, okay, it's grocery shopping day, one is probably something that you're gonna dread because you're like, no, you're gonna know it's like a lot of work, as opposed to if you just did it weekly and got a small thing. But it's like, yeah, more trips, it's more routine, but it's more sustainable and less like of work that you'll have to do all at once, if that makes sense. And it's like everybody's own prerogative, like what they want, how they want to shop. I'm just giving an example of like the way it feels compared to, and I guess like you can choose your own, like sometimes people will be like, oh, I just want to get it all out of the way and do it all at once. But it's like, you're going to be really tired. But anyways, yeah, I don't know, that analogy was coming through. So, and let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. Like spirit helping you to just work at being sustainable in your energy so that you can show up on a daily basis in little ways. And also spirit is saying is like this is building self-trust every time you show up for yourself and for what you're trying to build and create, and just like the stability that you're showing up for. I feel like you're already doing this, but like spirit is saying like this is helping you to build self-trust. Like the more you show up on a daily basis, it's like you're also building like routines and like what's the other word I was looking for, or that was coming to me? I don't, routine is like the only word that's like coming to me right now, but anyways, yeah. So those are so many things that you should be proud of yourself for, because you're doing a lot of amazing work. You're doing a lot of hard work that, not everybody has the courage to do. And so, yeah, you should be proud of yourself for believing in yourself, working on yourself, and building a life that you deserve and want to create. And yeah, my mind is like kind of getting jumbled, so you may be kind of struggling. I also was feeling like lightheaded earlier. Not sure if that's just like hormones or if that's like a collective thing. Just thought I should throw it out there, like if you're also feeling lightheaded or like weaker than normal. I only say that it might be collective because there's like no reason why I should be feeling that way. just because like I take very good care of myself, have my protein shake, and eat very well. So I feel like it might be a collective energy. Like maybe you're feeling, maybe you need to ground yourself, or like you're feeling, somehow I feel like this is connected to the third eye, because that's like popping out at me right now. Yeah, being present. Yeah, just, I feel like you need to just try your best to like keep on being present. I feel like too, like when you're in that part of your brain or that space where you're like scheduling things and you're like working on goals and like you're writing things down, like, oh, what do I need to do here, what do I need to do here, it's kind of like when you're focused on your scheduling and goals, it's can kind of put you in like not future tripping, but like you're thinking of what you need to do in the future, and it can be a bit ungrounding. So just make sure that as you're working on the things that you need to work on, you are still being present, and you're not like overwhelming yourself with, you know, all the things that you need to do in the future, but you're like coming back to being like, so like for me, I'll write everything down that I need to do, and then I'll just try to like do one thing at a time, but like also not focus so much on like a to-do list. I feel like this message is like all over the place, so like bear with me. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna leave that here, or I'm gonna ramble all freaking day. But yeah, I hope that this message has helped you in some way, shape, or form. Also, I do give personal readings. Link is in the description below for all of the services that I offer. And yeah, I hope you have a good day.